Good morning. Hey, y'all. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day to you all. Thank y'all for joining the show. Let's get into it. We've got a lot of great topics to get into, so I hope you guys are ready because I sure am. All right. This is going to be a very light day. Wednesdays are usually slow for me, so you guys will get to see me a few times today. So I hope you guys are ready for that. But let's go ahead and speak to everyone before we get into the show. I see my top flights are in here. Hey, Rose. What's up, Rose? Hey, D Nice. What's up, D Nice? Kim Naughton is in the building. What's up, Tiff? My other top flight is in the building. Emotional intelligence. Hello, that's a new name. Thanks for being here. Sheila Washington is here. Thanks for being here. Felicia BW is here. Marion's Favorites is here. Deborah Banks is here. Gail West is here. Alan Ford is here. Oh my God. Maria Perry is here. Kim Jones is here. Southern Girl Lee is in the building. Thanks for being here. Faith Williams. Hey, Cassandra. Reba is in the building. Hey, Reba 0616. Arthur Johnson is in the building as well. We got some more people in the bushes. Thank y'all for being there as well. Y'all might fall out the damn bushes today with some of these topics. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Angela Cuff, Living with Purpose. Thanks for being here, dears. All right, let's go ahead and get in. Of course, y'all know every thing said in the video is alleged, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, sweet Cheryl in the building. She said, good morning. Good morning. All right. Hello and hello and hello. Tara Copeland, good morning, love. All right. And you guys are speaking to everyone. Good morning. All right, let's jump on into it. It's been a little while since we did a little political discussion. So we're going to have a little political discussion this morning because we haven't done it in a while. And I chose a very, very good topic. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Let's get it. Let's go. Whoopi Goldberg, honey, on The View. She had to check JD Vance's ass, and I was all the way here for it. I was like, come on through here. Come on, Celie. Get him, Celie. All right. So Whoopi Goldberg, honey, checks JD Vance for claiming that she called the Trump administration anti-minority after she asked about the stigmatizing of Black people. She says, I didn't say that. Now, don't start no stuff with me. Now, Whoopi gonna always get you together. I like that about her. She like, bitch, I'm sitting up here with all these Caucasian people. And what we're not gonna do is take me to the Black side because we don't mind going there. I love that about Whoopi. She will check your ass. Let's get into it. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk.
What did Black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of Black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was Emmett Till was the kid. No, I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Your actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in what a Black
example. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you say that we're anti-minority or anti-Black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Be fair.
Don't start any stuff with me, man. Don't get me in trouble. Don't start no stuff with me.
I misinterpreted your question. Example. Yes. Okay. So
I feel like he understood clearly what she was asking, but he didn't want to answer the question, right? Y'all know how some people try to play dumb, like they didn't understand it or hear what you just asked them. Clearly, you heard what this woman was saying. You were sitting like this. Most time when you're talking and you're talking to a person and they're like this, that means that they're listening and thinking real hard, right? So I know you heard what the fuck she said. And it's just weird to me that you would try to act like you did not hear her to avoid answering what she was asking. You guys know that several museums have had Black leaders and people who paved the way before us. Those people were taken down, statues, pictures, you name it, even in the White House, not just in the museums, but in the White House as well. Statues and things were taken down, which those things should be left up to memorialize those that have come before us, who were beaten, who were mistreated, who paved the way, who made history in any way, shape, or form, so that our children coming up can see some of our people in some of these places and not just these types, right? Because people like, you know, Harriet Tubman and I mean just naming just anyone who came before us that were black people that made a difference in society, in the world. And if they have a statue up, if they have a picture up in a museum, especially in the White House, right? Especially in the White House, that should definitely be left up. Why are we taking those things down? What is the purpose of that? And that's what Whoopi was asking. Why is Black history being taken down? I saw a video where Trump was saying that he didn't think Juneteenth should be a fucking holiday. Really? Juneteenth, you guys know, it's coming up this Friday, will be a holiday. Hallelujah, because I need a day off. But Trump was saying he didn't think that Juneteenth should be a fucking holiday. Like, what world do we live in? Why? And people always say racism is not like it used to be back in the day. Bullshit. We just saw that with the Carmelo Anthony case, did we not? Did we not? I mean, it's still very much so there. Not like slavery, like you don't drive by and see a bunch of black people in fields like picking cottons and shit, unless you in the deep South, right? They may still have that shit going. I don't know, because I don't hang it in parks. But ultimately, I don't feel that our people who paved the way and did things like Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat after she stood on her feet all goddamn day and worked for a white person to get on the bus and sit in her seat for her to have to stand when she's been on her feet all day. Like, that's history. That's a historical moment. Her picture should definitely be up in museums because she stood up for her right. This woman was arrested and everything else. People like Martin Luther King, who marched in church shoes. Bitch, y'all know how your feet hurt when you in church shoes all damn day? Imagine marching from one city to the next for a cause. Your bunions, crunions, and every damn thing else is barking, bleeding, on fire. But he did it for a cause. So if anything, those motherfucking pictures and statues and anything else that they have up should be left up for our children, for the next generation to come up and actually see Black excellence. They read about it in books. They were trying to get rid of Black history in school. Like, but the kids got to get up and say the Pledge of Allegiance, right? They're made to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance, but you're taking Black history, their history, out of school. Right? Child, get out of here. Get out of here. Go and look at what the national, you know, when they got to say Pledge Allegiance. Child, bye. None of that shit. Anyway, well, what y'all think about this? Because I almost said something. I have to catch myself because, child, I want my video to be monetized. But ultimately, thank you, Whoopi. Thank you, Whoopi, for saying that. And the other people, white people on the panel with her, they're kind of looking like, okay, where you going with this? Okay, because they kind of want her to stay within a certain lane. But I like the fact that she is not afraid to compromise her position in speaking what she know is right for Black people. She's the only Black person on the panel. So shout out to Whoopi for that. JD Vance, you a whole bitch for sitting there and pretending like you didn't understand what Whoopi was saying and where she was going with that. Like you know what's going on. You the fucking vice president, right? You right up under Trump. So you know all the bullshit that he is into, including the Epstein files. Because I saw another video where he was trying to avoid answering questions about that as well. You know all about the Epstein files and why Trump was up in there over thousands of times. You know, you absolutely know. But let's continue on, child. I ain't ready to start hollering yet. Okay? Not ready to start hollering just yet. Racism is very much so in existence right now. And the shit ain't gonna never go away. It's never gonna go away. But racism is definitely taught. It's definitely taught because children don't really know the difference between Black and white. They just love. Go on a playground and white kids will play with Black kids. Very seldom do you see a white kid say, oh, I can't play with them because they're Black, unless it's taught. Right? Racism is taught. And it starts from down here and then they grow up being ignorant as fuck. But then they love to call people the N-word. The N-word is an ignorant person. It's ignorant to not like a person because of the color of their skin. It's ignorant to not like a person because they have a certain slang in their speech. It's ignorant to not like a person that you don't even know. Is it not? Thank you. Let's get into this next video because this bitch right here is still doing interviews trying to convince the people that his kids are just above any other child, that they just good kids out here. Okay, they keep, every time I see this story, they keep changing it. They keep changing it. They're steady trying to paint Carmelo Anthony into this person that he is not, because they know this appeal has been filed. So this daddy gonna keep doing interviews so that they can keep painting this picture to make Carmelo look like he's this thug off the street and that he just, you know, this person who just should be sitting in jail for the rest of his life. All right, let's get into it. Austin Metcalf's father recounts his son's unaliving. Let's get into it.
When the coach called me and said after Austin had been stabbed, I got there in time to see him being put on the gurney with the EMTs. At that point, I knew he was gone. I'll never get that out of my head. And then I went into survival function mode. Where's Hunter? I've got to take care of Hunter. And I went and found him in the locker room. He was hysterical. And I'm trying to maintain for him while he's just out of control. And we're praying. And I said, son, I got to get you in the car. We got to get to the hospital. I got him calmed down enough to get to the car. And we went to the hospital. And we walked in. I saw one of the doctors. I saw his face. I knew what was coming. And about 10 minutes later, they walked in the room and told us that he had passed. Hunter, he spun out of control. And it took about 5 officers to hold him down.
Boom, let's hold right there. 5 officers to hold Hunter down, who is 17 at the time, 16, 17-year-old. That's just how big I told y'all these boys are. 6'1", 200 and something pounds. So that's just one child. Imagine Hunter and what's the other child name? Austin, trying to fight Carmelo, who is barely 5'8", 100, maybe 160 pounds, give or take. 100, yeah, because he's a small guy. He's a very small guy. So imagine 200 pound, just one child, 6'1", 200 pounds, 5 officers had to hold him down, and this motherfucker is going after Carmelo Anthony, who is barely 5'8", barely 165. We'll bump it up 170 just to be, you know. Let's keep going.
And then we actually had to get him admitted and sedated for a few hours before and then we couldn't even see Austin for hours because now it's a crime scene and they have to process the body. So we're stuck at the hospital for hours just waiting to see my dead son. But there were so many students and parents and friends that came to the hospital to support us while this was all going on. And I just want to thank everyone in my community, throughout this whole nation. When the coach called me and said after Austin had been stabbed, I got there in time to see him being put on.
So the fact that 5 officers, I want to go back to that. Because that means your son was in a rage that he was so uncontrollable, right? And I get it, grief, everybody grieve differently, okay? Some people just cry. Some people throw things. Some people lash out and become very violent. Sir, you've seen your kids be that violent, right? Didn't Austin break your arm? Didn't Austin become violent with you and break your arm? I think both of the parents are afraid of their kids. I think both parents are afraid of Austin and Hunter Metcalf because they have this temper that they probably got from their father, okay? I think they got that temper from their father. But I think that both of them are afraid of their kids. One, because like I said, when Austin became violent towards his father, I hear he broke his arm in a altercation where his father was trying to tell him something. He didn't want to hear it. And the conversation got loud. And he became violent towards his father. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there. There's another video that I did see where Hunter was in a video with his mother. And she was talking and he wanted to talk. And his mother just kept rambling on, and Hunter wanted to talk. It's like he kept trying. You know how when somebody's talking and you keep trying to insert, and the person just keeps talking, and you can't get yourself out there. It was kind of like that. And Hunter told his mom to shut up, and she shut the fuck up. She looked at him and she shut up. In what world? In a black household, we know we don't tell our parents to shut up because you will get fire across the lips. Okay, I do better tell my mom to shut up. But this is the type of environment that these kids grew up in. to where they felt that same entitlement outside of the household. And it ultimately wound up being the death of someone because you weren't taught limitations and boundaries at home, right? So what we cannot keep doing, Hunter Metcalf's daddy, is keep doing interviews to make it seem like your kids are these star kids who are these kids who don't ever get in trouble, have never been problematic kids, okay? Because it's it's already said out there that your kids were bullies. Obviously, they were bullying that particular day. But he's trying to do all these interviews to keep pushing this narrative to where he's trying to pierce into the minds of people that Carmelo came to that school on that day in order to be violent. And I just don't feel like that's what it was. He came there to be supportive to one of his friends who was playing. Carmelo could not play, as I told you guys the other day, because he had an injury from playing in a prior game to where he was awaiting surgery for that same injury. So for him to be attacked that day, I just feel like that's total bullshit. A piece of me, if you can see through my finger, feels bad that he lost his son. I mean, I do have a heart. But under the circumstances, your son is not here because you did not raise him properly to mind his motherfucking business and to not get in people's face, right? We live in a society where people will fight back. You don't know how somebody's going to react when you get in their face, okay? You just don't know. And he underestimated Carmelo because he was smaller than him, and he thought that he intimidated him because of his size and because he kept saying over 15 times to get out of the seat when he was not authorized to do that. So that should be a lesson. I hope that's a lesson to your other surviving son, that he does not approach somebody else in that way, and then you be left with two sons that are gone by way of violence. Okay, parents, teach your kids to not try to tell other kids what to do, because a lot of kids do that, and they grow up to be Karens, and they grow up to come to jobs and think that they can tell other people when they're not even managers, supervisors, none of that shit. That's where that shit come from. When they're down here and they grow up in a household where they have no rules, regulations, no boundaries, then they get on a job and feel like they can tell other people what to do. Right? Y'all know the ones that we running back to the managers, telling on everybody and telling people what they can and cannot do when you are just as equal as everybody else on the damn floor. But yeah, I wanted to play that. It took 5 officers to calm down Hunter Metcalf. 5. Keep that in your mind, all right? Keep that in your mind. And 2 200-pound twin boys were getting ready to fight and was putting hands on one boy who was barely 160 pounds. All right, y'all keep that in the back of your minds, all right? As you're seeing all of these posts and or interviews. Let's get into this next post. This is a very scary moment. Mental illness. All right, child. That's right. You live by the sword. You definitely go out of here by the sword. You really do. All right. Took 5 officers to sustain him. All right. So, Chada said, what the hell? Virginia homeowner says that she feels unsafe as a former resident with mental health issues and a violent past repeatedly returns to her home. You guys, said that he thinks that he still lives here. Let's listen to this. Baby, when I saw this, imagine moving somewhere and you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be in my new home. You get there, and the person who previously lived there with mental issues, batshit crazy, heavy on the batshit, continuously comes to your home and is making it uncomfortable for you to where you repeatedly have to call the police and say, hey, this person is crazy. I don't know what this person is going to do. Let's get into this video, child. Let me put my trigger up just in case, because child, that would be a scary moment. Right? Just coming at all days and hours of the damn night.
Was just in love with the city.
Jones, active duty with the Air Force, moved into the home with a roommate.
It was the easiest transaction ever. Then we started having a visitor. So I changed the locks. I had a security camera installed.
And then the camera caught this.
I mean, every single time it's the same thing. Come try to open the door. And I'm like, who is this?
That's 42-year-old Darius Mitchell. He used to live there and thinks he still does. Decades ago, Mitchell was an engineering student at ODU when his mother says he was attacked.
Darius had blows to his head. He had underwent surgery for 4 hours.
But Darius Mitchell is not only returning home, he's returning to the scene of a crime. Mary wanted to leave the house behind, and for good reason.
We had an episode, And it was a really bad episode. It was the second episode. He attacked me. I got a concussion.
So when he attacked her, he had ripped her clothes off, and as she was trying to get away. So she ran out the side door.
And his sister says she was victimized too.
Anybody could be a threat. You know, he has attacked me before in the past, but, you know, we still love him.
By that point, Mitchell was no longer welcomed by his own family.
I would go there and she would have the dresser pushed in front of her door.
And he's definitely not welcomed by Jones.
I really feel taken advantage of. Had I known about this before, I would have just kept looking for another house. I feel like I got tricked. I was just in love with the city.
Jones.
That's some crazy shit, right? That's crazy. Now, the person who sold her the house, we got to be fair, probably didn't even know that this incident occurred, with all due respect. Or maybe they did. Who knows? But imagine putting you've been saving up for a home and you put your money down to buy a house, and then this issue where this person keeps returning and they are very violent, okay? Not so much just violent on just random people, but their own family, to where his own family doesn't even want him around because of that. Imagine him breaking into this woman's house. And what could occur? He could see this woman and think, what are you doing in my house? Because, a person who has mental issues, they're not really there. In his mind, he thinks that's still his home. So he keeps trying to get into this house. Imagine her being asleep. And I'm just, my mind is just, imagine her being asleep at night. And he just comes there and makes his way into the house and see this woman and thinks that someone broke into his house when really that's her house. It could go very, very bad quickly, right? Like, what are you doing in this situation? You don't want to unalive somebody with mental issues because he really needs help. I think that they should have him locked up somewhere because he should not be roaming around. He's definitely a danger, not only to himself, but to other people. I'm not sure why the city or whoever, his family, have not 5150'd him and had him, put somewhere to where he's just not out roaming around. This is dangerous because in a world where we have stand your ground laws, he can go to somebody's house. They don't give a damn if you got mental issues. They'll blow you to kingdom come if you come to their house trying to break up in there. Like, you opening the screen door, the next thing is people like, oh, I see you on my camera. Clearly, like literally the woman, she could, because it appears that you are breaking into her home if she wanted to take it there. But this is a dangerous situation. What do y'all think? Sound off on that? Because it definitely looks like a home invasion, what he's trying to do. But sadly, he does have a mental issue, but everybody ain't going to see it as that if he do it to the right person. So, sound out, y'all. That's a scary situation. Moving right along. All right, let's get into the Duggar family. Y'all know they had the reality show, I think I forget the network, child. Who knows? But anyway, where the lady had all these damn kids, 19 kids and counting. Y'all remember? And the Duggar son, Joseph Duggar, is in court, you guys, and was hoping to spend time alone with his 4 kids while out on bond in his child molestation case, but a judge is not having it. Thank God, because it was founded that he did molest his own damn children, right? Why the fuck you want to be alone with your kids when you already been found to have put your hands on them in an inappropriate way, right? I always knew it was something weird about that Duggar family. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I watched a few episodes of the show and something just seemed off to me from the daddy. The daddy looked like a fucking pedo. All right. I said, these kids got it from somewhere. Not saying that he did, but it just gave that vibe. The mama, Michelle, just gives that she probably knew some things. And now that we found out that she did know that their sons was inappropriately touching the sisters and that she would put them in rooms to tell them to lock their doors at night. Nah. I saw an interview where she said that she found out from her daughters coming to her, because all they wore was dresses down to their ankles. I said, this family is fucking weird. And all the mama does is lay around and have kids all day. And the daddy, Jim Bob, I said, he like a fucking pedo. Then to hear that the brothers were running around and inappropriately touching and molesting their sisters for years. And the mother would just tell the daughters, just, when you go to bed or when you go into your rooms, make sure you lock the doors so that your brothers don't come in there. They never reported any of this because they were protecting their sons, and now they've grown up to molest their own children. Is this sick? This shit is not sick, right? Oh my God. So let's watch them because he is in court, child, and the judge ain't having this shit. Thank God.
All right. The second motion, I guess is the first motion, is the no contact order with unsupervised contact with his children. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's position on that?
Your Honor, this gets a little complicated because Mr. Duggar is the defendant where his children are the victims in cases out of Arkansas. And there are limitations to him on the Arkansas case. So Right now, he's got 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor and 4 counts of false imprisonment. So there's some limitations on his freedom. And
On
4 counts of false imprisonment. You hear that? So you're locking them in the rooms and touching?
on those children?
On his biological children. The only requirement of our unsupervised contact, I've been in contact with the Arkansas equivalent of DCF. They're willing to supervise, and they are supervising that as part of their case plan in their case. So I know that Mr. Duggar listed in his motion that he hasn't been able to see his children. That has nothing to do with the unsupervised contact order here. He needs to simply comply with the.
I'm sorry. If I went through that type of sick behavior where my father was doing some shit like that, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to visit with you. I would not want to see you. His children are, small kids. His oldest is probably maybe 9 now, maybe 10. Those kids remember that. I feel like Joseph Duggar was touched as a child, and that grew up in him to where he did it to his own. Usually that's how it be. Children who were touched as kids, they grow, if they don't get help and some type of therapy, okay, if it's not addressed, I feel like then, that they grow up to do it to somebody else or their own. And you guys see it right here on our screen. 4 kids, his own 4 kids, he did that to his own kids. So I feel like somebody in their house, of all the many siblings that he has, I feel like somebody did it to him.
The request of the Arkansas DCF.
I need to look into the daddy.
Have those contacts with his children.
Mr. Swain?
Your Honor, respectfully, under Florida law, I'm not sure there is a basis for this honorable court to have that prohibition because my client's biological children are not alleged victims in the state of Florida. It would be a little unusual for a criminal case in the state of Florida to prohibit a defendant from having contact with his own biological children when the biological children are not the alleged victims in the Florida matter. I understand the concern Mr. Ferreira has, and that's why the Arkansas court has its own authority to govern accordingly.
But the order is not no contact with the minor children. It's unsupervised contact with.
Correct, Your Honor.
18.
So if his wife happens to be at work,
I think I had the.
I don't trust it. Cause bitch, won't the wife there when the kids were allegedly being touched? Was the wife not in the house when these activities were being done? So now they're saying he can't see the kids unless it's supervised, and it could be supervised by the wife. But wasn't this wife in the home when the kids were being inappropriately touched? I don't think that's a good supervisor over these kids when he have these. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he has his way with her, the wife, to where he could probably at some point be alone with the kids. I think it needs to be someone outside of the home who is designated anytime that he is visiting with those kids to be there to watch this interaction, to make sure he is never left alone with these kids so that they're not put in another situation to where they're inappropriately touched. I used to work with kids. I told y'all, as a habilitative technician for years. And some of the stuff that I've seen, oh my God, I don't feel like he should get a visit right now. I just don't. I feel like the children should be in therapy. Imagine somebody violating you and you're forced by a court to see that person and be in the same room with that person. That has to be traumatizing for those children, even though that's their father. Not saying they don't love their father, but it has to be traumatizing. Imagine somebody that you trust violates you in that way. Okay? Because we're taught to respect our mothers and our fathers. So imagine your father inappropriately touching you in a way that he should not touch you, and you don't want to be around that person because it's uncomfortable. Children will give you signs, even if they can't vocalize it. A lot of children who are in situations that are uncomfortable for them, especially when they're violated, a lot of times they will wet themselves. A lot of times they will cry a lot. They have their behavior is off. You can tell. And if you pay attention to children, then pay attention to your children. If they can't talk, they have ways of telling you that something is not right. A lot of women who are dating men, you have around your children, pay attention to your children because they will tell you, even if they can't vocalize, they will tell you in other ways that something is going on. When they cry, when they act up, when they're like this around a certain person, when they're withdrawn around a certain person, pay attention to that because there's a reason. Joseph Duggar should not be around his children. Let's continue.
Authority to do that in any case dealing with the children of the alleged victims. And I can put that prohibition of any unsupervised contact. Now, I agree, and I can even put in the criminal court, I think I have no contact with minor children. Now, of course, in dependency court, you can't do that with his own children because that's tantamount to termination of parental rights. But I could certainly order no unsupervised contact with any minor children. And are you aware of the ongoing criminal cases in Arkansas? And I guess there's defendant or was equivalent to dependency proceedings in Arkansas.
There's a reunification, although some of that is under seal. I don't know the full details of it, but that is in process in Arkansas.
Yeah, I don't want to know the particulars. I just want to know that there is a ongoing child welfare proceedings in the state of Arkansas. Is that correct?
There is, Your Honor. I'm not involved with that, but I have spoke to his legal counsel, and that is correct.
And there's criminal proceedings out there.
There were, correct. I'm not sure if those are completely resolved yet or not.
Well, I would deny the motion, but he can certainly have supervised contact with his children. Of course, that I can't do anything about any prohibitions that the Arkansas jurisdiction.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The second motion, I guess is the first motion, is the no contact order with unsupervised contact with his.
Sometimes the courts just don't get it right, and it's so frustrating. Not to put Mel and Martell in this situation because they don't have anything to do with this, but their situation with their kids, I felt like was very fucked up in terms of how the court system handled it as well. I don't think that the court system be thinking about the children when they make decisions as related to how things should be between parents when there's traumatic situations that have happened, right? Like, I didn't think that Martell should have been back around Tank for a very long time after that situation between them where he drew blood and allegedly hit him with something. He was forced to go to counseling with his dad after his dad, hit him with something and drew blood. Like, at that point, he don't trust you. You have to build that trust back up. So when you're made to be pushed back into an uncomfortable situation with the person who violated you, I just don't agree with it. Court systems, they need to step it up. In this situation here, supervised, unsupervised, he should not get that. You violated that when you touched your children inappropriately, okay? And obviously Josh has a problem that he needs to get help for. So pushing him to have this visit, I don't give a fuck if it is his kids. Like, you violated that whenever you did what you did. Sorry, I don't agree. But let's move along. I just have a soft spot for kids, y'all. I don't like to see, because kids can't speak for themselves. They can't make decisions for themselves. And it's sad that a grown ass man that's a judge going, oh yeah, supervisor is fine. With the mother? To the mother, I want to take the kids to the store, take them down the street and do the same shit to them again. And she goes, oh yeah, it's fine, take the kids. This shit is so, oh Lord. All right, let's move on. So I wanted to talk about this the other day. I don't know why I kept skipping over it. Today, this morning, for some odd reason, it just stayed on me. So I said I'm gonna talk about it. DMX, you guys know, is no longer here. He did pass away from a drug overdose. Okay, rest in peace to him. He is missed. His music lives on forever. I still rock him in the car. I still love to DMX, child. Okay. And if you're riding beside me when it come on, please, I need to borrow your lane and mine because I'm gonna be all over the road dancing. All right. But anyway, Tisha Simmons, who is DMX ex-wife, okay, I don't know how she's put up with him and stayed with him with all the kids that were born within their marriage. DMX has a lot of kids, 12, 13, 14 maybe kids. He has a lot of children that we found out after he passed. He did wound up ultimately leaving his wife. I think they did get divorced. I think he was dating this other girl who he then proposed to. And the situation with this is that they were honoring DMX with a street name or something like that to memorialize him and to celebrate him. And the fiance was trying to take all the credit for this and kind of keep the family out of being celebrated for this as well, because they're saying, hey, this is where it begins. Tisha is the one who held him down, who helped him in his career, who helped him get where he was. So I totally get that. DMX's son, who was on Ayanla's show, Fix My Life, with DMX, if you guys saw the episode where DMX snapped off on Ayanla and was calling her all kind of bitches and hoes, I was like, oh, that's too much. Not Ayanla, not the mother. Like, why you calling her that? He was very disrespectful. I didn't like that. But his son spoke up, and Xavier, okay, spoke up and had all of the family, all of his children come up on stage to also be a part of him being celebrated, DMX being celebrated. And he called out, DMX's son called out the fiance to let her know that she was wrong for trying to take all of the credit for DMX and his career. So let's get into it. I said, oh my God.
Right, y'all, I'm gonna do it one time. I'm gonna be messy one time. Did my son expose these devils? They've been exposed. Come on. Y'all know DMX, y'all know Tisha. We built the DMX legacy together. There is no X without Tisha. The fact that they came to my hometown and did not want us to be recognized, I'm gonna let y'all sit with that one. Right, y'all.
All right, so here, DMX's oldest son, Xavier, shared some words, okay? They didn't want them there, okay? The fiance was like, oh, yes, thank you, yes. DMX and I, you know, she was on that. But DMX's son, Xavier, went up there and was like, oh, hell no. All right, it kind of got a little ghetto right quick. Hold on.
Now, there is absolutely no way that you will close this ceremony. We will not hear from his original entire family. So, Mommy, please stand next to my side. Mommy, please. Please.
He took over, didn't he?
Sean. Thank you. Sean. Praise. Tacoma.
I'm also a part of his original family.
Come here. Auntie Ray Cool, come on.
It don't matter. You should
Listen. Listen. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We are here. Firstly, thank you to the entire city of Yonkers. Hold on. Thank you to Mayor Spano. Thank you to Tasha Diaz. And thank you to Cherie. Without your groundwork, foot on the ground, none of this is possible. This is your vision. From reaching out to people on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, gathering up the signatures, making sure that everyone is on board to get this signed.
So it said that DMX's wife did all the groundwork in order to help get this this street or whatever named after him. But the fiance tried to take all the credit for that and then leave DMX's family or his immediate family out of being congratulated for, you know, or being acknowledged as well. Okay, just so you got to know.
Thank you. My heart is just so full seeing all the love that we have. To Desiree Lindstrom, you have behaved dishonorably. The fact that you continue to exclude his original family, his children, my mother. Thank you. The fact that my mother and father built this empire.
Sound like they cut the mic off on him, right? He calls out, so y'all hear him call out Desiree. Desiree is the fiance of DMX, okay? Sound like they turned his mic off.
Cherie.
Let's keep going.
Thank you for being here today.
Child, it got ghetto a little bit, didn't it? The people cut his mic off, child. And white people say,
My name is Desiree Lindstrom. I was Earl's fiance and the mother of his son, Exodus Simmons, and co-administrator of his estates, along with his daughter, Sasha. Sorry. We are here today to celebrate a man who truly loved the city that raised him. His talent took him all over the world, but he never forgot where he came from, and he never stopped representing YO. And today, his city is returning that love. Before we get into it, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge the individuals who made this event even possible. First, a big thank you to Mayor Spano and the city of Yonkers for his honor. And D, thank you. Today would not have been possible without the hard work that you put in and to get this off the ground. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. And Councilwoman Tasha Diaz and the City Council, thank you for getting behind this idea and helping us make sure Earl gets his flowers. Let's give it up for them.
Nowhere does she mention, and not that she has to acknowledge the wife, okay? I feel a little tension between them. I don't think that DMX's ex-wife ever forgave him for all the many women that he flaunted in front of the world while she was the whole wife holding him down behind the scenes. You guys saw, if you didn't see the behind the scenes story, like DMX was out here making kids. Meanwhile, the wife was home some days with the lights out. Their ceiling was caving in with like mold and shit in the house. It was a hot fucking mess. He was making kids and keeping house in other women's houses and getting high in other places and blowing through money while she was home holding down the household trying to raise his kids. Like, he disrespected the fuck out of her, and she still publicly acknowledged him. I don't know if I could be that strong. But so Desiree wound up dating him prior to his death. I don't know where the fuck she was when he was getting high, when he had it, when, you know, and not to say she got to follow him around, but you're supposed to be his fiance. This man did an overdose and unalived himself, right? She does have a son, which is right here with DMX, okay? And it's sad that she did not even acknowledge his children or even call his children up as well, because not only, you know, maybe you did do something to help get this, you know, celebration kicked off, but it was said that DMX's wife is the one who did the footwork and got the signatures and everything else. Like, she did all the hard work. You might have spoke to this person, but she did the hard work. She went on social media. She had a lot of people putting signatures. She got thousands of signatures to actually get this street named after him. So the fact that you didn't even acknowledge that just really showed some bitterness or some type of underlining issue between you and that family. And that's why DMX's son, Xavier, called her out. This is Desiree.
My name is Desiree Lindstrom.
Just a mess, okay? So shout out to him. As you guys can see here, Earl DMX Simmons, they gave him Earl DMX Simmons Way. They gave him a street. That was great. That's great to do because he is from New York, all right? He is from New York. So shout out to DMX, okay? Where my dogs at? But yeah, that was a hot ass mess. So shout out to them. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? He definitely spoke up. DMX son definitely spoke up. That was definitely wrong of you, Desiree. Okay, just gotta say that. All right, because you could have acknowledged him too. You could have acknowledged him too. So yeah, child, they need to go to some type of something, counseling or something. I don't know. Moving right along, Floyd Mayweather is hit with felony charges and accused of passing a $200,000 bad check. Damn. And it was all because he was trying to get this gold, some type of luxury watch that he was trying to get. Like, Floyd, don't you owe the IRS? I'm just thinking about it. Like, don't you owe like millions to the IRS? They've already taken his passport to where he can't even fly out of the country because he has a fight coming up. But you down here to the jewelry shop giving a $200,000 check for a fucking watch? Oh my God. Let's get into this. Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. is facing 2 felony charges in Las Vegas after prosecutors alleged that he used a $200,000 check with insufficient funds to purchase a luxury watch from a designer resale store, Gold and Beyond, December of 2024. Now, according to court records, Mayweather has been charged with theft and drawing and passing a check without sufficient funds with intent to defraud. The undefeated former champion was scheduled for an initial court appearance Monday, where an attorney appeared on his behalf. The case is set to continue with the hearing in September. Said that the charges add to a growing list of legal and financial disputes involving Mayweather, including a New York lawsuit over unpaid Manhattan rent. So he is really going down. Like, he's run through his money, it looks like. Every time you saw him, he had a duffel bag full of money, like nothing but bands on top of bands. Like, where's your money, sir? This type of spending, this type of mentality, Black people, save your money. Like, what's the point of keeping time, buying a $200,000 watch when time is fucking free? You can ask somebody, hey man, what time is it? When you know that your money is fucked up like that. That's what you do, man. What time you got? Okay, shit. Rely on their time versus writing a check for $200,000 for a fucking watch that you can't afford. Right? That's what I would do. Time is free. Shit. Okay, so despite the challenges, Mayweather recently announced his return to competitive boxing and is expected to participate in a Battle of the Legends event in Athens, Greece, June 27th. I don't know how you're going to get there because you ain't got no passport, because they revoked your passport. IRS and them ain't going to let your ass be up and flying because you owe 2-point-something million. They don't think you're going to come back and pay them their money, right? Now, they said as of now, the allegations remain unproven and Mayweather has not been convicted of any crime. I like the way y'all try to clear that up. But Mayweather, get your shit together and go learn how to read. Okay, R. Kelly Jr., you out here counting bands on this shit here and you can't even fucking read. Yeah. Sorry, I had to go there on you. I had to go there on you, Mayweather. Okay. Maybe you've been punched in the head too many times, but the motherfucker can't read, but he can count money. Like, imagine that shit, right? He is a show off. He is definitely a show off. Okay, and he's very anal and very, very narcissistic. You can't say shit to him. He really think he the shit like that with his little short self. All right. But yeah, get your shit together, sir. You not need no damn $200,000 watch when your ass out here owed IRS millions of dollars. And you owe child support. Get into that. All right. Let's get into our next topic. Speaking of getting into that. All right, somebody else who better cough up that money. All right, Megan Thee Stallion is on Milagro Graham's ass out here. Shout out to the Shade Room on it. Okay. Megan said, bitch, hey, where's my money? Okay. She just won, Megan just won her judgment over Milagro Grahams, who was a content creator, who lied to the courts to say, I just told the courts whatever I could about my finances because I didn't want to pay Megan. And Megan spent the block on her ass in court, and now she owes $75,000 to Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, yeah, you might be getting in some trouble for that, for lying to the courts too, right? Because that's called perjury. Whenever you do this right here and you give a statement to the courts and it's a lie, they usually spin the block on you. So Milagro, you might be looking at some more charges after all this is over. All right. So Megan Thee Stallion wants a judge to require Milagro Grahams to post bond before appealing $75K judgment. Girl, let's get into it. Now, y'all know Megan probably spent $75K on a vacation. So she probably ain't hurting for the money, but it's the principle, it's principalities, okay? Like they said on Friday. Let's get into it. Roommates, child. Megan Thee Stallion is making it clear that she wants to secure the money that she was awarded in her legal victory over Milagro Grahams. Now, according to TMZ TV, shout out to them and the Shade Room, said the court documents, Milagro Graham reportedly asked the court to pause paying the $75,000 judgment while she appeals the decision, claiming that she doesn't currently have the funds to cover it. We think you do. But Megan pushed back and is asking the judge to deny that request unless Milagro posts a bond first. Ooh, child. Now, it said that as previously reported, a federal jury awarded Megan Thee Stallion $75K in damages after largely siding with her in the defamation case connected to social media posts surrounding Tory Lanez and the aftermath of her powwowing case. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, Milagro Grahams was directly working with Tory Lanez, who is now serving a 10-year prison sentence for allegedly powwowing Megan Thee Stallion. Milagro was getting paid by Tory Lanez. I showed you guys when I initially talked about this, there were like Cash App and maybe Zelle payments that were made from Tory or sent from Tory Lanez to Milagro Grahams as payments for her to post defamatory statements about Megan Thee Stallion to make her look a certain way because Tory obviously was upset because Megan was cooperating with police. And getting him locked up, when he was found guilty for powwowing her. He has since, ever since then has been saying that he did not do it. He did not do it. He has appealed every single time and his appeals went nowhere. So now that Megan went after Milagro Grahams for these defamatory statements and she won in court, she now has to pay Megan $75,000. And that just goes to show you cannot just say whatever you want to say about people that's defamatory. Coincidentally, Milagro Grahams and Tasha K are like this. And I said, I see where you get your shit from. You get it from Tasha. So let Tasha give you the money. Oh, my bad. She don't have it either. Child, can't be out here lying on people and think you ain't going to pay them. All right. Megan's legal team argues that requiring a bond is the fairest way to protect the judgment while the appeal plays out. They say that if the original ruling is upheld, the bond would guarantee payment. Okay, she's like, you're going to give me my money. If Milagro wins the appeal, she would get the bond money back. Now, in addition, the rapper's attorney also argued, that Milagro's claim that she can't afford to pay is actually more reason to require the bond, adding that she hasn't shown that she has a strong likelihood of overturning the decision. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in this case, child. Because, Megan want her money, honey. Megan want her money. So it says here, Milagro will pay Megan $59,000 versus $75,000 initially awarded by the jury. That was before they went back to court. So now the $75K is what's awarded. Okay, so you was doing all this shit in court, Milagro, and you was really gonna have to pay her $59, but then you was running your damn mouth, so they had to go back to court, and now you owe her more, $75. You didn't have the $59, now you got to pay the $75. Good luck to you, girl. All right, stop lying on people. Stop lying on people for money. All right, because now you see where that shit got you. Moving right along, let's get into the reality portion of the show. Baby, Let's get into the Hobbit. They called her a Hobbit yesterday. Who y'all think we talking about? Ooh, Kelly. That was so funny to me when they called Kelly a Hobbit. I was like, why are y'all calling her a Hobbit? Okay, while she was sitting there looking like a little person behind the seat in the SUV, moving out of her house, child that she, I think, got evicted from. But anyway, let's get into it, honey. Real Housewives of Atlanta. This might be her last season, okay? Kelly Potter explains why her latest restaurant failed. Because you didn't know what you were doing. Kelly Potter is opening up about a difficult lesson that she learned as a restaurateur. Location can make or break a business. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. During a recent interview with the Jasmine brand, said that the Real Housewives of Atlanta star revealed that the location of her latest restaurant played a major role in its closure. Now, while reflecting on the experience, Kelly explained that the concept itself wasn't the issue. Instead, the restaurant struggled because it wasn't situated in an area that generated enough customer traffic. But it was in like a strip mall type situation. So if that ain't a lot of traffic, I don't know what it is, right? Anywho, girl. So the candid conversation is part of the Jasmine brand new interview series. We don't care about that. So let's get into a shout out to Jasmine brand on that.
The location was the biggest issue. It was in a plaza, even though it was in a plaza that had like a Target, it was deep down in the plaza. So you had to drive down and actually go in that space and see what's in that area, right? And most of the restaurants that were in my area didn't open until the evening or afternoon. So if you were a patron that you were coming to even visit, a restaurant over there, we were closed by then because we're only open for breakfast, lunch, and brunch. So we close at 4:00. So if you were coming to get wings and you wanted chicken and waffles, we were closed by then.
Pause. Okay. For a person who has a business degree, oh, that's me. If you're opening a business, Kelly, if you're looking to put a business in a certain area, first of all, you want to patronize that spot to see what other businesses are there, what kind of traffic is there. That's what I would do, right? And to see what type of traffic is coming through there. If you put your business there or are deciding to put your business there first, and you know that you're only there from this time to this time and this time, you kind of want to not stalk, but kind of go to these places and see what the area is given. If it's a high traffic area, maybe a great spot to put it there. But then you got to see what times that these places traffic. Having a Target there, that's going to bring a lot of traffic because a lot of people go to Target. Okay. But you got to see what other stores are there as well. All right. And then you got to see what neighborhood you're putting it in. Black people, we love us some chicken and waffles, right? But Kelly, I feel like location, I think you chose the wrong location. I don't feel like you knew what you were doing when you did it. I feel like you put way too much into it at one time. I feel like you opened way too many locations at one time. Open one location to see how it's going to do, see what kind of traffic you're getting through there. Because I think she said in another interview that she was only making $15,000 a month at one restaurant. That's insane. It's going to cost that alone just to keep the utilities keep your utilities on. And let's not even forget paying your employees. Now we see why you didn't pay them, because you didn't generate enough money, right? You didn't generate enough money. You have more money going out than coming in. Let's not forget about you have to buy the supplies to run the actual restaurant. All right. You got to have eggs. You got to have bacon. It's a chicken and waffle place. Chicken is high as fuck now. All right. Wings to be exact. You're going to be putting out or taking more money out of the till versus bringing in. And if you ain't sitting on number $15K a month, you're going to always be in the hole. And location is, you didn't do your homework before you put that location there. That's why it's closed. Let's just be honest. You don't know what you're doing. You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. And that just clearly shows that by opening a second location when this one was already struggling. It made no sense to do that. But let's continue, child. Really? Hello? Let's refresh it. Not sure why it's doing that.
The location was the biggest issue. It was in a plaza, even though it was in a plaza that had like a Target, it was deep down in the plaza. So you had to drive down and actually go in that space and see what's in that area, right? And most of the restaurants that were in my area didn't open until the evening or afternoon. So if you were a patron that you were coming to even visit, a restaurant over there, we were closed by then because we're only open for breakfast, lunch, and brunch. So we close at 4 o'clock. So if you were coming to get wings and you wanted chicken and waffles, we were closed by then. The location was the biggest issue.
Perhaps you should have put it downtown Atlanta, right? Downtown gonna be popping any time of the day, right? Any time of the day, especially, and you should probably want to keep it like maybe like a 24-hour, because people who are out partying at night, they want to eat, right? You don't want just Waffle House, okay, getting all that business. People want to eat when they go out and party and dance all night and drink. They want to soak that alcohol up with some good food. So I definitely would have put a 24-hour spot, chicken and waffle spot downtown Atlanta, because that's gonna be booming and you're gonna really get your money, right? Because most people go downtown to party. I just feel like location definitely, yeah, I'm glad you acknowledged that, Kelly. Location definitely was the issue of your business failing, and the fact that you didn't run it the way that it should have been, and the fact that you weren't paying your employees. Well, you got to treat your employees right as well. If you get good employees there, you'll get people that'll stay and help you push your business, right? But when you treat people like shit and then you don't pay them, that also factors into a failing business as well. So let's move along, Kelly. We got Kelly one more time. We got Kelly one more again, but we move on, honey. Child, shout out to 316 watching. Ooh, child. So Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelly Farrell doesn't depend on the show. Real Housewives of Atlanta, child, to keep her businesses thriving. You should. But let's continue on, honey. Let's go.
Let me tell you why I don't depend on the show for my business. Because my business was something that I have already poured into for the last 10 years, right? So I don't look at the show as, do I look at it and say, okay, yeah, of course I would love for the cameras to be here. Who wouldn't want the cameras to highlight their business? I think for me, it's just being in a space of knowing that this is something that I built, that I want to be here before and after the business. Let me tell you why I don't depend on the show for my business. Because my business was something that I have already poured into for the last 10 years, right? So I don't look at the show as, do I look at it and say, okay, yeah, of course I would love for the cameras to be here. Who wouldn't want the cameras to highlight their business? I think for me, it's just being in a space of knowing that this is something that I built, that I want to be here before and after the business.
Bullshit. Because what person would not want to use that type of platform like Real Housewives of Atlanta to promote your bid? You had an opening there. Then you have an opening party there to celebrate your chicken and waffle place opening. So you kind of did use the show to promote your business, Kelly. Did you forget that? I'm sorry. Did we not watch that in real time where Kelly had the cameras there? You had all of the castmates there, including your parents, to celebrate your chicken and waffle business being open when Portia decided not to show up, but sent you some flowers instead, and you threw them in the trash. That's the platform that you want to use to help push business. Okay, people be like, oh, that's Kelly from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, I know where that business. I'm gonna go eat there because Kelly is on the show. Right? The goal is to use the platform to grow your business. Right? What kind of world do you live in, Kelly? Even if you did have the thought of your business 10 years ago, you are now on a public platform that you can use to grow your business. Like, what's your purpose of being on the show? To showboat? To wear labels that you can't afford? To get $75,000 teeth that you should not have, what you should have put towards rent? To where now you got to ask your castmate to live in her home? What is your purpose of being on the show? If I had restaurants, I'm filming every motherfucking day there to show my businesses, to help push my business. What other way to get traffic in your business than to put it on the show? You know how many people watch Real Housewives of Atlanta that don't even know that you have a business, right? That don't even know that you have a chicken and waffle business. But watching the show and watching the cameras be there and watching you film there will bring people to your business. Will it not? Girl, Kelly, I don't know. Kelly's not my favorite person, but it's like I want to reach through my computer and just like grab you and just like shake you a little bit so that you can realize, I don't know, maybe business is not the thing for you. Everybody can't be a business person. And just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you can run a business. Look at Candy and Tar. They had to shut all their businesses down. They had to shut all 3 restaurants down just because you're a celebrity. I said all the time, celebrities love to open restaurants. All right, T.I., no shade. No shade to you, T.I. But T.I. has a business, a restaurant that he opened, and the reviews are not good. Right? Rashida and Kurt, with that high motherfucking food y'all sell over there, the reviews are not good. I've seen them. The reviews are not good. All right, your lamb chops are leather with gravy. That's what the people say. I ain't say it. I ain't say it. And not to disparage anyone's business. All right. I've eaten at Candy's restaurant. I told y'all. Okay. The OLG, one and done. One and done. I don't like my food under a hot lamp. And I know when it's been sitting under there. And the drinks was too damn hot. All right. And just to let you know. But Rashida and Kirk's restaurant, their food prices are motherfucking high, just like their drinks as well. But just because they're on a reality show, people say, oh, they got a restaurant. Okay, I hear the drinks are really good, but the prices are too damn high. Okay. They are business people, but not every celebrity can run a restaurant. It takes a lot to run a restaurant. You really got to have your hands and feet in the business to know what's going on. You can't have other people running it. You can't hire all family members. I think Candy learned that as well by doing that whenever she opened her 3 restaurants. Like, family sometimes can be lazy and don't want to do things. People talked about the floors being sticky, the table, your damn arm being stuck on the table while you try to sit and enjoy a meal. The table's wobbly, shit like that. Okay. Anywho, moving on. I don't know. Shout out to Angela. Okay, Angela and Charles was spotted out. It's a leather with gravy. That's what they said to the lamb chops, child. They showed them. They look good, but back when you bit into them, you had to go down there with Kelly and ask her, could you use some of that $75,000 so you can get your damn teeth fixed? Because your shit was about to come out. Just biting into them hoes. I said, well, hot damn. Okay. You get a 2 for 1. You get a plate and you lose a few teeth trying to eat down there. Trying to eat some damn hard-ass leather lamb chops with the gravy spread upon them. But let's get into this next. So Angela and Charles was spotted out. Okay, let's get into it. I love her dress. I love that she support him like this. Okay, and Angela is serving body. Okay, Angela is serving body. They can say she got big feet all day. Angela is beautiful, and I love her. Okay, so Charles is not here for the cameras, as you guys can see. Charles, he's like, I think Charles had his years of being in front of the camera when he played basketball. He's not here for that shit no more. He's just like, girl, go on and get your shine. I'm about to go get in the car. Let's get into Charles and Angela. Shout out to No Chase.
Angela, we get quick back to right here. Okay. There we go.
He like, I'm gonna help you out the car, but that's all I got. Shit, I'm going to sit down.
Right over here. Oh, yeah.
Is that available for purchases?
No.
Exclusive.
Yes, okay. Was that not cute? Yes, we need a jam session. Say no more. We can do that. Why y'all sitting on my likes? Now I knew my thumbnail was gonna bring the people to the yard. I already knew it. All right, we about to get into them here, but let's go ahead and get a little jam session in, because some of y'all be sitting on my likes and I don't like that. I be working hard over here for the money, and y'all just don't be wanting to hit the like. So let's get into it. We got some new music. Let me give y'all a little groove. All right. Tap on the like button. Yes, what's going on? It was. That like button. Hey, y'all like that jam? Yes, honey. Okay, we got jams for days over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys tap on the like button because y'all be sitting on the likes and that's just not nice. Okay. Always ring my doorbell when you come to my house, please. Let's get back into the show. We ain't got too much more to go. All right. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer because I know y'all got to go just like me. All right. Y'all enjoy that jam. Let's get back into the show. Let's see, where do we stop? Yeah, honey, I was feeling that dress, Angela. She was tearing that dress up. Okay, Angela's out here serving body. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it, honey. You can tell Charles is not here for the cameras at all. Charles like, F these cameras. Nope. All right. Moving right along. Now, y'all know Shamia Child sat up and did a live interview for with Carlos King Child. And Child, it was a lot of lies. I caught up in there. But let's get into this this clip that I did not get to see yesterday when we initially covered it, because there were a lot of clips that were shared out there. We looked at it, we talked about it. Let's get into this one. Real Housewives of Atlanta peach holder Shamia Morton Mwange expresses her frustration with the double standards amongst the peaches. But okay, I ain't gonna go off yet.
Our double standards in this friend group. I mean, I just heard Cynthia on a podcast the other day. On her podcast, they were going back and forth about the body shaming and the name calling is what she said. And she's like, I'm a part of big community and all things. And I'm like, Cynthia, I've never had smoke with you. So now you want to.
Now I remember hearing about this, but we'll listen to it again.
Align yourself and attack. And now I'm attacking you too.
And this is okay. This is what I'll say. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually agree with you. As somebody who's done this show, season 1, episode 1, there's always been body shaming. They talked about Kenya's booty. They said you got a bad butt job. They talked about Sheree having baseball legs, right? You could use some bleaching. This show has always been about body shaming. So I will say this. I do think you get a bad rap for doing the playbook that is Housewives.
Well, and furthermore, if I don't say anything, I'm scared I'm a lapdog. Why is she there? She's better off as a friend. If I say something, she's doing too much. She's performative. She's so cringing. She's over the top. Why is she doing the most? What do you want me to do? You just want me to lay down and take it? I'm not doing that no more. There are double standards.
I mean, be honest with you, Shamia, I think you've shown your mean girl card quite a few times this season and other seasons prior. Nobody's saying that you have to be a lapdog, but please understand when you throw shade out and it's reciprocated, you can't get upset because somebody give you something that you're putting out. Like you've been on Angela's ass all season about her having big feet. I think she is very comfortable with her big feet that the red bottoms be upon, right? I've seen her in red bottoms. I don't think she care about no damn big feet. She has a husband just like you. Her husband is well off just like yours. So I don't understand what the tension between the two of you is, and the fact that you're trying to blame her for your friendship with Portia being the way that it is. I think that's unfair as well. Take accountability. You said some things, Portia said some things. Y'all figure the shit out. It's obvious that you miss her. Stop blaming other people and deflecting. All right. I don't know what is going on with Shamia this season. Shamia, I used to like you. And not to say that I don't, I just think that you're full of shit this season. And I think that you are reaching and that you are trying to push a narrative that just seems very stupid of you this season to try to blame everyone else for everything going on with you. I hear that in this same interview that you lied and said that you were under some type of investigation with the, the NBA for allegedly sleeping with other players. I hear that that's a lie. So maybe you want to go back and clean that up a little because who is it that alleged that you slept with? And what's going on with this investigation? I don't think that the NBA is calling you in saying anything to you about sleeping with no damn players, because that shit happens all the time. If that's the case, all the players will be under investigation because that's all they do is fuck off. Right? They go from city to city to city. Ask Jackie Christie. That's why she would go everywhere with Doug when he was playing. She said in an interview, she said everywhere that Doug played, she would get her ass and go fly and be right there in that hotel room because she'd be damn if any of them hoes was going to be laid up with her man. Right? That's all basketball players do is fuck off on other people. Hell, Magic Johnson, shit, he was doing the same thing. Right? So, girl, you are no different than the rest, Shamia. There, like I said yesterday, there have been rumors that you've been out here doing shit and messing with other people outside of. So, yeah, not to say that these rumors are true, but the rumors are there, right? Just like the rumors are there with the Scott brothers. Shit, I feel like I believe it. So I don't know. Stop blaming other people. And as far as the body shaming, that shit been going on since Real Housewives of Atlanta came on there. People, let's go back to the reunion where Sheree was sitting up saying she never had no surgeries. And baby, we know you came on the show straight to Can Sam. Your nose was this wide. Okay, and as the seasons went on, you turned into Michael Jackson on us. You got the LaToya Jackson nose now. So let's not act like you haven't had some nips and tucks in here. I think all the girls have had nips and tucks here and there, and that's fine. If that's what you choose to do with your money, do what you got to do. You got to be on TV. You want to look the part. I don't have a problem with it. It ain't my damn money. Spend your money on what you want to. If you need a bigger ass, suck it out your stomach and put it back there. I don't give a fuck, right? Candy, she's already said, hey, yeah, I've had this done. I've had that done. Great. Right. But don't shame other people and don't talk about other people and the work that they've had done and things they've had done. I think that it's clear, Shamia, that you did have some butt work done because last season you didn't have that much junk in the trunk. But again, that's your money. Spend it on what you want to, but don't call other people out for getting things done when your ass would also land on the table and get nip tucked as well. Right? Let's be fair about it. And Carlos, again, you don't hold people accountable. You don't hold Shamia accountable. Yes, I get it. You are in her home. She allowed you to be there and interview her. But again, when you hear lies, address them, okay? Just like you don't do when you be on your own damn interviews or when you're on your own damn shows. That's what I have a problem with him. But anywho, sound off because I don't care no more. Shit. Let's get into this next topic. While we're on Carlos, I thought we were done talking about him, but we got one more topic. And I definitely wanted to talk about this. All right. We're almost done, guys. We got a couple more topics. All right. So in this particular topic, of course, this is from SC Monday. Real Housewives of Atlanta, they said that with Kandi Burruss returning, make a great reality TV. I don't know. Kandi was saying that she's not interested in returning back to the show. All right. Kandi said she got other stuff. She's booked and busy. She's not interested in coming back. Do I feel like Kandi would be a great addition? You guys put in there. Do you think that Kandi Burruss would be a great addition to the show? Do I think she has something to talk about now? Will she have a storyline? Yes. Now that she and Todd are divorced, that would definitely be probably at the top of her list of things to discuss. Do I think that she will talk about her businesses closing down? Probably not. Because who wants to talk about the negative stuff in their storyline? I don't think Kandi will talk about that because all she's going to do is damn cry. But let's get into what they had to say, and then we'll talk about it on the back.
Get smoke signals.
To get her to come back on, maybe?
This is no shade at all. This is the season Kandi needs to be on.
Yeah.
Paige is back, and you got K. Michelle.
Yeah.
I think to Dustin's point, producers, I'm having an orgasm in my chair the way Tisha did when she spun the block. I am telling you, if we can get Kandi breaking off Rashida and Toya and K. Michelle the same show with Phaedra,
pay-per-view. It wouldn't be on Bravo. It'd be a special Peacock.
It will not happen because Candy's already vocally and verbally out loud said that she will not share a platform with Phaedra after she lied on her about the SEX dungeon and drugging women. So she already said she would never be on the show that Phaedra is on. So in order for that to happen, Phaedra got to go. If Kandi is coming back, Phaedra got to get off because Kandi already said she's not filming with her. She's not being on the same show with Phaedra. So there you go.
Add-on.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's smoke signals.
To get her to come back on, maybe.
This is no.
Andy Cohen's already asked Kandi on the red carpet if she would like to come back. He's already told her the door is already still open, child. If and when you want to come back, the door is open to come back. But Kandi says she's not interested, y'all. A lot of people say that Kandi is boring. I kind of feel like that too. I feel like Kandi kind of brings the same thing to the show each season, and I think we want to see more. I think Kandi has a wide array of things that she does in her life, and we want to. If she's gonna come on the show, we would love to see that. Right? We would love to see that. Kandi, you write music for other people. You are on tour. You have your other business. Well, I don't know, because you did close tags down too, so we can't say that. Let me take that finger back. But you have other things going on. You are now newly divorced. You are maybe like dating or something. Let's see you, but trying to get yourself back out there. If you chose to come back to the show, those are a few things that might be interesting that you could talk about. Who would you trade Kandi for if she decided to come back? Of course, you know Phaedra got to get off, but I don't know how the dynamic will be between she and K. Michelle now that she's made it clear that she didn't want to be in the same room with her. When Shamia initially says that K. Michelle offered to come to some type of event with Rashida and Toya and Candy. So I don't think that Candy would want to be in the same space with K Michelle. I think she respects her as an artist, but maybe they've had some underlying issues behind the scenes that we don't know about. Of course, Rashida and K Michelle are not and probably will never be friends. We saw that play out on the show when K Michelle threw a candle and hit Rashida, and they almost got into a fist fight on Love and Hip Hop. Remember? But I don't know. I don't know, who would you guys switch Candy out with on the show that's on there now, with knowing that Phaedra had to be off? Put it in the comments. Cause child, they trying to bring Candy back. Candy might want to come on back because she was kind of complaining about the money that she had to pay to Todd in their divorce settlement. She had to give him and they had to break it up in 2 payments, and that's the reason why she's doing this show. That she's doing this divorce show, going from city to city, trying to make that money back. So she was getting like over $1 million and something. She was the highest paid housewife when she initially was on the show. So maybe that might knock that bill out if she came back. Not saying that I want her to, but I think that a Real Housewives of Atlanta check could definitely put her financially back where she wants to be. But put in there, who y'all say, Kelly? Yeah. I agree. Thank you for that, Tam C. Yes, take Kelly off and bring Candy back, I guess, right? One boring person over another one. I don't know. Who else? Who else? So far, y'all just said Kelly. Y'all said Phaedra ain't doing shit. Now, yeah, Phaedra ain't giving shit this season. Phaedra ain't giving shit this season. Nope. She don't have a storyline. Phaedra is just kind of looking in the girl's mouth this season and just kind of hyping up. She's giving friend of, right? She's giving, I don't think she knows she has a peach. Girl, you have to share, right? You telling all this shit behind the scenes, but you on Apollo, he's still chasing you. He want to be back with you. He want to open a business with you. Like, at least let us see y'all co-parenting something, right? Let's see you in the courthouse winning a case, or maybe you're not. I don't know. But you're not giving shit this season, Phaedra. You're not. What else y'all got? But let's move on from that. I don't care no more. All right, last topic, child. And I kind of went back and forth with this one. I wanted to revisit it because I feel like when I initially talked about it, that they said, is Candy still on the Shire? I don't know. I haven't seen the Shire the last few seasons, I guess. I don't know, child. I can't even answer to that. And I might need to watch it because I'm hearing the Shire has been really good. So they added to a plethora of other shows that I'm trying to keep up with. My God. I ain't got it. I don't watch that much TV like that. I be trying to watch for you guys so that I can review stuff, but I'm not gonna sit and watch TV all day. The girl is busy, right? Y'all say yes, she is. Okay, so yeah, she getting a check over there too. I ain't mad at it. Candy got several jobs, child. I ain't mad. Get your money. All right, let's get into these 2 clowns right here, child. I know that's why the people is over here, child. Anytime I put a thumbnail up of these 2 or the Scots, any Scots, child, the people gonna flock over here because they got to run back and tell her mama what I said. So thank y'all for being here. All right, and you're gonna have a lot to tell her because I'm really gonna go in on her ass. Because y'all know I tell the truth. I don't cut corners. I do not bite my tongue because that shit hurt. So I think that's what you guys appreciate me for when you come over here to listen to my commentary, is the fact that I don't give a fuck, right? I really don't. So let's get into it. LaToya, Tisha, and Marsau is getting ready to go into some of the things about their marriage, and Marsau is going to go into why he's so irritated with Tisha. Let me be honest with you, Tisha. I feel like you're lazy. I feel like you like the idea of being a boss, but I don't think that you really want to do that. I think you enjoy being at home, doing absolutely nothing all day while your kids are in school. And I think that your only drive to want to be a boss was the fact that you were in constant competition with other women around you. Case in point, Melody Cherie. Melody was trying to get you out of the house seasons 1 through 3 because she knows that you does have several degrees. Mind you, Melody was the one who also encouraged you to become a part of a sorority. Okay, she's the reason that you became a part of sorority. Melody is the reason why you actually have show. Melody is also one of the reasons why you're on this show. Oh my God, Melody kind of made you a little bit, right? And I know y'all said that y'all are not interested in thanking her anymore. And that's usually what narcissistic, unappreciative people do. You don't want to thank people who helped you get from across the tracks to over here. But it's okay. It's okay because it continues to show on screen that every time somebody try to help you and put you in a certain position and you're not appreciative, the shit goes nowhere, right? Every single thing that you guys touch, it turns to fucking dust. And we're seeing that as well. From the house that you guys have been building for 47 motherfucking years, it's absolutely going nowhere. I think you guys ran out of money. You don't have enough money to finish it. Oh well, jingle bell. All right. What else? I think that the idea, let's go back to that. The idea of Tisha being a boss. I think that only came because she sat back and she studied the real boss that was on the show, which was Melody. All right. I think she enjoyed the idea of doing that because at the time it made her feel good. Hence the reason why she scurried on down there to ICDC College and got as many degrees as she could under her belt because it made her feel what? Accomplished. Because you're doing nothing with those degrees, right? Right? You're doing nothing with them. Let's go ahead and play this. We're going to play it through, and then I'm going to do another round, and then I'm going to stop and do commentary in between. All right, let's get into it.
Oh. What was happening this season where the two of you weren't as cohesive as you have been in the past? Is it the pressures with Scott Manor? You guys trying to figure out the office space? Like, did that interfere in terms of this union? I see you getting emotional right now. What's going through your mind?
I just feel like for me, as a wife and as a mother and as a person, like I'm really trying to juggle things. I am still trying to figure out my place in the business, as well as making sure that I'm taking care of my household. So it's a lot of different hats. And even in the home that we're in, it's a small home, it's uncomfortable. So we don't have, your house is supposed to be like your heaven on earth, your place of peace. And I don't have it. So everything is just frustrating right now in my life. So even if my office was complete, I'm like, okay, that's at least a place I can go and breathe and think and be creative. And even like in the different businesses, Marsau's pushed me out of some of the things. When it comes to Scope, when it comes to Black, he created his team and he pushed me out. Y'all saw me. I got out the office at Scope. He's like, well, you're not involved and you're not helping out. I'm like, I don't know my place. I don't know my place. Like, I don't know what you need help with. I don't know when I'm supposed to step in. So that's how I feel.
Why have you pushed Tisha out?
Because Tisha's not dedicated for 2,080 hours a year.
Huh?
I mean, the bottom line is she wants to be a part of it and she wants to step in and say, I'm going to drive this right here. She can do this until she's tired and then go pick up the kids and pick it up next week or pick it up next month. This is not that kind of operation. You can't just do that. People, they need decisions made. And if she has a PTA meeting that she has to get to, she says, well, I can't do this. My kids are important. I get that. And I understand that. That's why I'm doing this. And we've hired that position out. This is the core issue. She wants to create a lane for herself. And she feels that Black is my business. Scope is my business. Chocolate in a bottle is my business. And she wants to do her thing. It's not good enough to be Marsau's wife. And Tisha, it's fine to do and it's fun to do, but she lacks the motivation. And this is what I'm saying. The motivation that I have to hunt is because I have to kill to eat. I actually have to go out there and run my fastest and get this done, or else my family doesn't eat. It takes that. It takes working till 9, 10 o'clock at night to do that. You can't do that, right?
But that doesn't mean I can't do anything.
No, that means you can't.
That's what you don't understand. That's
Right.
what you're not getting. It's like, okay, you guys have daily meetings. Your team have a daily meeting. You guys schedule your meeting around the time I have to pick the kids up from school. Why can't the meeting be earlier where I can make it?
People show up to construction sites at 6 and 7 in the morning, and no one's waiting until you drop your kids off to start work.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's not what I'm asking.
But Tisha, let me ask you this.
You got to listen to me. I'm saying
I listen to you, but I don't feel like you listen to me.
Okay, because I know what I'm talking about, and you're asking me what you should be doing.
Okay.
Tisha, do you have a passion? Before I ask that,
Did he curse at her? How I missed that the first time? He said, you don't fucking get it. Ooh.
2 seasons ago,
Lord have mercy.
you were very open about the fact that you miss being a mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
yeah.
your kids were growing up and you were too busy doing other things and you felt like you missed being a stay-at-home mom.
Mhm.
Which option really fuels you? Is it being the rich wife, or do you really want to be a woman who have a full-time career?
No, I enjoy being home and structuring my family life. My life was more balanced when I was a stay-at-home mom.
And so you don't get to be a stay-at-home mom boss.
Kimmy, what is it Tisha getting?
To be fair, I'm here for whatever she wants, but I too don't always know which one it wants to be. I do believe in her spirit as a sister. She was happier at home with her kids. Trying to be this boss person, I think stresses her.
Being a stay-at-home mom, sometimes you can lose yourself and everything is just about the kids. And I love being a mom.
You're a great mom.
I always just felt like I don't want to lose me.
Women say that kind of stuff. Like, guys give up our most precious asset, our time, for others. My biggest frustration this whole time is when you're like, I'm frustrated. And now I can see if you're saying I'm frustrated, I'm laying on the couch. But you're saying I'm frustrated. Wow.
Oh, that was a lot. It took everything in me not to hit pause. All right, so let's talk about it. I don't like the way he cursed at her. That's like so fucking disrespectful, right? You don't fucking get it. No, you don't fucking get it. Both of them are lazy. You're trying to make it seem like she's the only one that's lazy. Marsau, you've not finished not one fucking job. Let's get into that. All right. Even Melody told you season, I think 4, you don't finish no jobs. And you still, season 9, Maurice talking about suing you for not finishing the job that he asked you to do. So both of you guys are lazy. Again, the idea of being bosses and being accomplished, y'all love that. But when it comes to putting the work in to get there, you don't want to do that. Tisha wants the idea of getting here without doing all of this to get there. Y'all get what I'm saying? It takes work. It takes work to get shit done. Why would you be frustrated because your house isn't getting done? If you are millionaires, hire someone to do that. That house should have been done. You guys are sitting on the show. We are millionaires. We are millionaires. We are millionaires. Every season. This is Tisha. We are millionaires. We are millionaires. What is a millionaire? Millionaire? I don't fucking know. All right. If you're a millionaire, millionaires don't have this kind of stress. Millionaires hire contractors and their houses are up and done in a good 6 months or maybe 8, depending on the square footage. Right? I saw the house. That house is big, but it's not that big to where it's going to take 9 motherfucking years to get built. Tisha, I feel like you're not understanding the fact that you guys are already having financial difficulty. Most working people who have businesses create a business at home. What is the problem with you turning one of your spaces at home into an office to where you don't have to worry about a light bill and other utilities and things that you have to worry about when you have a building? That's creating another bill. So why not start a business at home? Why do you need an office outside of the house? I have an office in my home. I'm sitting in it right now talking to you. Did it make sense to me to say, oh, I want to be a blogger. Let me go rent this space. So I got to pay light bill, probably renting the building, right? Does that make sense? Tisha have all these ideas of things that she want to do, but they don't make sense. When you're having to take out loans continuously to get from point A to point B, you're still creating debt. And Tisha, you got masters, according to you, in business. So how the fuck am I sitting here with a bachelor's in business? And I'm telling you as one holding a master's how this shit should work. You're creating more debt day by day to keep up an appearance that's drowning you. And you can't even talk about what you want to do with your life without crying because you are so fucking frustrated because everything you try to do, you keep falling in the same hole. And the bastard sitting behind you ain't making the shit no better because he's doing this. He's asking you to do all of these things. He don't want you a part of the business, but he wants your credit to be a part of it. So yeah, he do want you indirectly to be a part of the business. He don't want you hands-on. He wants your hands writing out the check. He wants you down there filling out the paperwork for the next loan to put you guys further in debt. That's why you guys haven't finished the house. Because the money that you should have been putting in the house that you're supposed to be moving to, you fixed the house, you refurbished the house that you're living in that you said is uncomfortable, that you want to get out of. That made absolutely no sense just so that y'all can have a plush place to film. Does that make sense? Am I the only one making sense here? That makes absolutely no sense to spend money on a house that you're trying to get the fuck out of, that you could have rented that house out to pay your mortgage. Right? That makes no sense. All right, let's I'm gonna play.
What was happening this
There's a few things I want to address here.
season where the two of you weren't as cohesive as you have been in the past? Is it the pressures with Scott Manor? You guys trying to figure out the office space? Like, did that interfere in terms of this union? I see you getting emotional right now. What's going through your mind?
I'm gonna tell you what's going through her mind. The marriage ain't going the way that it needs to. And you can see the reaction right here. Everything that Tisha and Marsau is going through, this person right here where my mouse is moving knows about it. Because Marsau and Maurice talk about everything. Okay. And we know that because whenever they went on the Texas trip, whenever Tisha and Marsau was going through it and Tisha was trying to talk to Marsau and he wasn't trying to hear that shit, who did he call into the room to talk to? Maurice. He didn't want to talk to Tisha, but he wanted to talk to Maurice. You married to Tisha. If y'all are having marital issues, that's who you should be talking to. But he called his brother who had the same mentality that he has because he knows that Maurice is going to give him the answers that he wants. So instead of fixing it with your wife, you were to talk to this narcissistic beige bastard on my screen so he can give you the answers that you want to hear. This person right here is going through the same thing that Tisha is going through by way of this person here. Why? Because Maurice and Marsau have the same mentality of how to treat their wives because they don't know how to treat women because they too act like fucking women.
I just feel like for me, as a wife and as a mother and as a person, like I'm really trying to juggle things. I am still trying to figure out my place in the business, as well as making sure that I'm taking care of my household. So it's a lot of different hats
that women, working women, wear every day. You walk around with a hat line called Rich Wife, and you in motherfucking debt. Yeah, that's a beige bastard. I said it. The fuck I did. Fight me. Fight me. I ain't had a good fight in a while. You are walking around with a hat line called Rich Wife, with liens and debt up to your motherfucking eyeballs because of your husband who won't listen to you when you have the mental wherewithal, the degrees according to you. I have to keep saying that because I haven't seen these degrees yet, okay? He barely passed an administrative something that he went to school for. He didn't even go to school for contracting. Let's just go ahead and put that shit out there. So Marsau, who thinks he knows every motherfucking thing, who could talk you in circles, and that's why Tisha is so damn confused because every time she tries to vocalize how she feels about something, Marsau has the intelligence in terms of the vocal training to manipulate verbally rather, his wife, because he's done it for so many years. Imagine being married to a person who is manipulative like Marsau for 18 years. He knows how to talk to Tisha and what to say to her and how to break her ass down like a fraction every single time she comes to him and verbalizes how she is unhappy. So he pushes her to get these degrees, but he told her on national television, oh, I thought that was just for play. Who goes to school for 4 years for play? Who does that? Marsau, let me remind you that it took you more than the average time for you to go to school to get a business administrative degree. Because that's what you went to school for. Business administration, but you're a contractor who don't finish a job, and the jobs that you do finish, they have to tear them back down because they're not done right. So in retrospect, you are a motherfucking secretary on the job. Right? You're a secretary, nigga, with a hammer. I said it before. You are a secretary with a hammer. What you need an office for? Because we hear that you ain't doing nothing on there anyway. But on chat lines and dating sites, that's why ain't nothing getting finished. Big booty Judy's. And what rest in peace, Kiki? A midday work surprise. That's what was in your phone when Tisha got up and walked off the stage and came back with them motherfucking puppets. On that shit. Tisha, I need to hold both of your hands when I say this, love. Grow the fuck up. You have 3 children who are much more mature than you. I watched your daughter filming on national television, sitting beside Marsau. And I said this before, and I got to bring it back up. Marsau has more respect for your oldest daughter than he has for you. And you bore all 3 of his children. And this man going to sit on a stage and tell you, you don't fucking get it. No, nigga, you don't fucking get it. don't fucking get it. That's why it's important when you meet someone to build your foundation on solid rock, baby. Pick some rocks. Y'all got lots of rocks out there where you're building that house. Pick a rock. I don't give a fuck. But this marriage is built on quicksand because it's one-sided. And Tisha, you keep trying to pull Marsau in a direction and he's pulling this way. The shit ain't gonna work. At what point in time do you just don't care no more about appearances and you run for your life? I think you got real excited when you guys popped up on Melody and Martell for their trip to Destin, and you sat down and you talked to Melody and you said to her, how is it that you walked away from your marriage? How did you feel when you walked away from your marriage? Remember that conversation? And I'm sorry, I have to say it the way she said it. And Melody said to you, sometimes you got to choose yourself first, Tisha. I have to say it in Melody voice. Y'all know I can do voices, right? Sometimes you have to choose yourself first, Tisha. I was tired of not choosing myself first. That's what Melody told you. And Tisha was like this. But here we are seasons later, you're still sitting there crying about a situation that you can stop. If the situation ain't going to get better. Again, as I said the other day, your children, you already have one in college. He's out the door. Your oldest daughter is getting ready to be out the door. Your baby girl is growing up and going to be out the door. Pretty soon, it's going to be only you and Marsau in that house. How are you guys going to come together as one when you're not already one? Right? Melody said, sometimes you got to put one foot in front of the other and just go. God said go. God said go. That's what Melody told your ass. And you still out of gas. You pressing the gas and ain't shit in the fucking tank, my girl. What is keeping you here? With all the rumors that you hear about your husband stepping out, and we've already said, I don't believe Martell was lying it out. And I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that I would say I believe Martell in anything that came out of his motherfucking mouth. Like never, ever. But I believe Martell when he said that you guys, that the guys were in Vegas and that they were fucking off on Shan. I believe that. I believe it. I think Tisha believes it. I think Kimmy believes it. I think y'all had a conversation that never, ever are you guys going to talk about this shit on national television because y'all made up in your minds that no matter what, you're not leaving your husbands. And that's fine. If you want to stay in a toxic situation and be unhappy and cry every reunion, be my guest. You're going to get roasted every time like you're getting right now. Right? Every time. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for the content. Another thumbnail goes up. Thank you for the content because I'm coming right back and roast you again. Until you see, I don't understand. What is going on here? Play, child. Oh, I'm going to let y'all go in a minute.
And even in the home that we're in, it's a small home, it's uncomfortable. So
you grew up in the projects, my love, with no TV. Tisha, you grew up in the projects. Nothing against the projects. Anybody watching me right now, if you ever lived in the projects, it's nothing against you personally. Please follow me. I want everybody in the comments, what's wrong with the projects? What's wrong with keeping your head above water? What's wrong with that? Nothing. We're not talking about the projects. I'm talking about where Tisha came from. Like, this sense of, where's Tisha? Where's the old Tisha? You grew up in a project staying with your grandma with no TV. You only had a radio in your room. Remember? We talked about it. The house is really small. You don't have no shutters on the front either after y'all renovated it. Did you want to talk about that too? But let's get back to it. The house don't have no windows on the front of the bitch either. I've never seen that. But go off. Okay? I don't know why I'm feeling so petty. Let's continue.
you don't have your house is supposed to be like your heaven on earth, your place of peace. And I don't have it.
Square footage does not equate to peace. Let's just be there. Let's talk about it. Square footage does not give you peace in your home. I don't care how big of a house you guys build, it's not going to give you peace. Now, I remember when they were showing and doing a walkthrough of what they've already built at Bedrock, because that's what everybody named it. Marsau was saying, this is my side of the house. This is going to be my side of the house. This is going to be Tisha's side of the house. You guys are already having the mentality of moving into this home, being separate like you are now. When do you guys become one? Again, your kids are moving out. So you guys have already mentally trained yourselves to be in a marriage where you're doing everything separate. When do you guys become one? So being in this huge house that you guys acquired to live in is not going to give you peace because you're already chaotic where you're living. So I think Tisha thinks that things, and she's been trained that way because her mother trained her that way. Tisha grew up unhappy, not being told that she's loved by her own mother, by her own admission. Her mother never told her growing up that she loved her, but she gave her things. So Tisha equates things with love. Tisha equates things with normalcy, right? She thinks that moving out of that little tiny house will make her marriage to Marsau and her situation and all the chaotic things that she and Marsau are have going on behind the scenes. She thinks that that's going to clear things up and make it normal for them to where they're automatically going to be happy. And you're going to look out every single window of that house and still be unhappy. You know why? The bills are going to go up. The taxes on that home alone going to eat you up. If you can't afford to stay across the gas station where you staying at right now, love, when you get into this huge mansion where the bills are going to go up, the mortgage is going to go up. You already said you don't have a mortgage because the home that you're staying in is paid for. So now you're going to have a mortgage, which means you're going to have to take out more loans in order to keep the mortgage because you got to have an appearance. I think being on national television and filming in that tiny home and seeing the comments of what people have to say because you're saying that you're rich, but your lifestyle don't show that. I think that that's bothering you because you're trying to catch up from what people expect you to be and or show on this damn show.
So everything is just frustrating right now in my life. So even if my office was complete, I'm like, okay, that's at least a place I can go and breathe and think and be creative. And even like in the different businesses, Marsau's pushed me out of some of the things.
Because you are lazy. Marsau wants people around him who gonna get out there and get it because he want to sit in the office and do nothing, right? He wants to delegate people that's going to work because he ain't working. So to have two lazy people in the office, ain't shit going to get done. So your job is to go down there and get the loans and to sign off on everything while he's sitting in the office and play boss. That's why he asked you for 5 years, I need you to sit at home. Don't be in the office. I don't want you in the office. Yeah, he don't want you in the office. So you don't walk in on him in there watching PORN, possibly.
When it comes to Scope, when it comes to Black, he created his team and he pushed me out. Y'all saw me. I got out the office at Scope. He's like, well, you're not involved and you're not.
You a fool for being 86% owner or 85% owner of the businesses, and you allow him to tell you where you can't be of something that you own. Right? Can't nobody tell me I can't be somewhere if I own it. That's like telling me I can't drive my damn car and my name on it. The fuck? Where the keys at? Where the keys at? I just thought of 5 errands I gotta run. You telling me I can't drive my shit? I'm going 5 places just because you told me I can't. Tisha needs to stand up to Marsau. He talks to you like a child. He degrades you on camera. And you allow it. And you allow it.
And I'm like, I don't know my place. I don't know my place. Like, I don't know.
After almost 20 years of marriage, you don't know your place. That's sad. That's sad. That you don't know your place, except for staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom. You don't really got to stay at home with your kids now. Your daughter is a teenager. She's of age to be at home alone, so you can really be outside and work. Your 13-year-old daughter who just turned, she's 16, 13, 16, whatever. She can stay at home with your youngest daughter. She's of age now, legally, while you go out and get a job, while you chase your dreams, while you utilize your degrees. So why are you still home if you want to be so productive? I don't understand.
What you need help with. I don't know when I'm supposed to step in. So that's how I feel.
Why have you pushed Tisha out?
Because Tisha's not dedicated for 2,080 hours a year.
Huh?
I mean, the bottom line is she wants to be a part of it, and she wants to step in and say, I'm going to drive this right here. She can do this until she's tired and then go pick up the kids and pick it up next week or pick it up next.
Y'all are millionaires. She ain't got to pick up the kids. Hire a nanny. Melanie had a nanny. Melanie delegates people. Melanie delegate people to watch her kids while she fly out of town to go and do what she has to do, right? Let your kids ride the bus home, right? Let your kids ride the bus. Wanda ain't doing nothing but burning up potatoes all day. Why she can't come there and watch the kids, right? I'm just giving you options. Y'all got a big family. Tisha got a bunch of cousins. You know, she got a brother who don't even really work like that. Why he can't watch him? His baby mama said he ain't really working. He worked one day, the next day he ain't working, right? Why he can't watch him? So you have several options, Tisha, but I think you are, comfortable with making excuses for yourself for not being this person that you want to be.
Next month. This is not that kind of operation. You can't just do that. People, they need decisions made. And if she has a PTA meeting that she has to get to, she says, well, I can't do this. My kids are important. I get that. And I understand that. That's why I'm doing this. And we've hired that position out. This is the core issue. She wants to create a lane for herself. And she feels that Black is my business. Scope is my business. Chocolate in a bottle is my business. And she wants to.
She says mine because her name is on it. She's 85% owner. That's why she says it's mine. I wouldn't have gave him no percent the way he act. I would have took his damn percent back because, bitch, what are you putting into it? What are you putting into it? Right? It's like somebody coming to your cookout and don't bring shit but want to eat up everything and get all the to-go plates to go. That's what he's giving here, Marsau. If you guys are being in a partnership in business, why can't she run the business from the house? Why she can't do the computer stuff from the house if that's what she chooses to do? I don't see the problem here. I think he might be hiding money in the business that she don't know about. That's the reason why he don't want her involved in this damn business. Because why do you guys keep being in the red? Why are you guys constantly in the red? I already said that these NDAs, the $10,000 NDAs of the rumors, let's say the rumors of women being paid NDA money to be quiet from outside interactions. There might be what's going on, and he don't want Tisha to see the indiscrepancies on the books over there, right? I'm just saying hypothetically, maybe, possibly. I'm just saying that's the reason why he don't want you directly involved to know what's going on when you 85% owner of said business.
Do her thing. It's not good enough to be Marsau's wife.
Who the fuck are you? Why is it a flex to be your wife? Mr. Popcorn Popper, because that's all you were when she met your ass, when you decided to exclusively date her 1 month before marrying her, according to your own words. Like, who are you? Why do the Scott brothers have this sense of entitlement like they are just the cream of the crop out here? Like they are just the go-to, like they are just, Denzel Washington out here. Like, oh my God, it's an honor to be with a Scott. It is not. Hello. You guys found yourself in a fucked up situation because somebody got pregnant. Let's just go ahead and be 1,000. You were screwing a loser and got pregnant. Now you stuck like Chuck, still trying to finish out where you fit, trying to figure out where you fit in a fucked up situation that should have never been a situation in the damn beginning. Because the rumor is he wanted your cousin anyway. Oops, did I mean to say that? Let's move on.
And Tisha, it's fine to do and it's fun to do, but she lacks the motivation. And this is what I'm saying. The motivation that I have to hunt is because I have to kill.
What you hunting is the question. Because ain't shit getting done over there. Remember? Miss Joy, were you supposed to finish her office? That didn't get done. Right? The barbershop, where the guy gave you all this damn money to work on and or finish the barbershop, that didn't get done. According to Melody Cherie, there are other jobs that you were supposed to be doing under Shope that did not get done. Okay? Zen Garden. Y'all didn't finish that either. And what you did complete got tore down. So I don't think your motivation is up to par either, Marsau.
To eat. I actually have to go out there and run my fastest and get this done, or else my family doesn't eat. It takes that.
Martell looking like this is some bullshit.
It takes work until 9, 10 o'clock at night to do that. You can't do that, right?
But that doesn't mean I can't do anything.
No, that means
that's
you can't.
what you don't understand. That's
Right.
what you're not getting. It's like, okay, you guys have daily meetings. Your team have a daily meeting. You guys schedule your meeting around the time I have to pick the kids up from school.
You don't physically have to be there. Thanks to technology, there's this thing called Zoom. I'm at home. When we have meetings, I get on Zoom and I can see everyone. I don't want to see them. Right? There's this thing called technology, Tisha. Or maybe y'all internet is just bad. Maybe Zoom hasn't reached Alabama yet. I don't know. I'm trying to be fair. But there's this little thing called Zoom. You can be in your car. I take meetings in the car. You can be in your car. You can be at home cooking and set your phone up and be on a Zoom meeting. You don't have to physically be there to be in no meeting. So Marsau is giving you excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses of why he doesn't want you in the business. It's probably because there's some mismanagement of funds that he don't want you to know about. Maybe he's stacking up money because he's getting ready to leave your ass. Think about that. He's unhappy. He's unhappy. Maybe some money from the business is being put somewhere else so he can use that later on. Didn't he ask you how much is it going to take to buy you out? You didn't catch on to that shit then. So you don't have to physically be somewhere that he's at to be in no fucking meeting. It's called Zoom, my girl. Zoom your ass to the house and get on the meeting. And you can still be there and cook for your kids, still be there and do all the shit you're doing at home.
Why can't the meeting be earlier where I can make it?
It don't matter what time the meeting is. Again, Zoom. You can be there by way of Zoom.
People show up to construction sites at 6 and 7 in the morning.
Good. Tisha already said in another live. I'm glad you said that time because Tisha already said she sets her time. She sets her calendar and her alarm clock at 6 o'clock in the morning to wake up to give her husband fellatio. You said it, Tisha. You said that you get up, that you set your alarm clock every morning and you put it on your calendar to get up every morning to give your husband fellatio. If the meetings are at 6:30, you already up. All you got to do is log on to Zoom. Correct? After you finish, you here with it. So, good morning, everyone. See how that works? Wipe your mouth off. So they won't say, I'm sorry, Miss Scott. There's some white stuff, some white substance on the side of your mouth right here. See, you want to, right here. After you finish. Okay? Fix your hair. Go put some makeup on too, because you know you, yeah. And do this. Tap, log on. Good morning, everyone. Put your white voice on, because that's what I do, right? It makes the video go well. Put on your white voice and say, hi, good morning. This is Rel. Or this is LaToya Tisha. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Hold on a moment. Right? And then do that. And carry on your meeting. Because you're already up, right? According to you. Lesson team.
And no one's waiting till you drop your kids off to start work.
That's not what I'm at.
Destiny knows it's bullshit. Did y'all just see Destiny's expression?
That's exactly what you're saying.
That's not what I'm at.
But Tisha, let me ask you this.
You got to listen to me. I'm saying
I listen to you, but I don't feel like you listen to me.
Now, when Tisha starts to push in terms of what she wants, notice Marsau gets aggressive. Okay. It went to a back and forth of them where Tisha is not letting up on what she wants. So Marsau then goes into father mode on her, on daddy mode, in terms of you don't listen to me. She doesn't have to listen to you. You guys are equal in the marriage. She is an adult. You are an adult. She don't want to listen to you. She don't fucking have to listen to you. I don't know what it is with these Scott brothers who think that they can tell their wives what to do and they have to listen to everything that they say. Like, who are you? Tisha's not letting this situation go on national television. We know that he's worse with this when they're home. Whenever Tisha vocalizes what she wants at home off camera, oh, we know he give her hell. He probably sent her upstairs like he did that one episode and her ass went the fuck upstairs. Now, because they're on TV, he ain't gonna be too aggressive because he don't want to look a certain type of way. He don't want to look too Ike Turnerish. So he gonna say, you don't listen to me. We already know where this is going, right? Let's keep going.
Okay, because I know what I'm talking about, and you're asking me what you should be doing.
How she retreat when he get into that mode with her. She retreat. It's okay, you can have your way. I'm gonna be quiet. I'll stay home another 5 years. She knows what he's saying is bullshit.
Tisha, do you have a passion? Before I ask that, 2 seasons ago, you were very open about the fact that you miss being a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Your kids were growing up and you were too busy doing other things and you felt like you missed being a stay-at-home mom. Which option really fuels you? Is it being the rich wife, or do you really want to be a woman who have a full-time career?
No, I enjoy being home and structuring my family life. My life.
So the only reason that you initially wanted to be a boss was because you were watching somebody else doing it and you felt like they were doing more than you. Tisha has always wanted the top spot. Marsau has always wanted the top spot. Let's go back to the episode when Destiny was having her opening, right? The most recent one. When Marsau and Martell got into a verbal back and forth where Martell was checking Tisha and Marsau wasn't standing up for his wife, as Destiny said he never does. Okay, in her interview with DJ Richie Scott. Now, Marsau said to Martell, because he knows that Mel and Martell are now divorced, now it's time for me to take the top spot. It's time for us to step up into the top spot. Something to that effect, okay? So they always had their eyes on that top spot, and I feel like it could have been a manipulation behind the scenes that they pulled Martell into this bullshit because that was their way to be able to move to the top. Notice where Melody says that Martell did not start acting the way that he was acting and doing the things that he was doing until he started hanging with the Scotts. He was coming home. He was being a husband. He was doing the things he was supposed to do. He was introduced to this lifestyle by way of hanging with the Scotts. And I'm not saying that they're the reason why Mel and Martell's marriage went the way that it did. But I'm saying that a lifestyle was introduced to Martell by hanging with said people. Do I feel like hypothetically, because I like to talk in hypotheticals, do I feel like that was introduced to them because they inadvertently wanted Martell, knowing that he's this slow individual and that he's a follow the leader type of bitch? Because he is. Martell is a follow the leader type of person. What they do, he want to do. They going to Vegas to fuck off. He want to be there as well. Right? So could it be that this was a setup for them to take over the top spot, knowing that Martell stepping out on Melody, saying many, many times that she's no tolerant to that type of lifestyle. She ain't putting up with that shit. And they knew it. Marsau already knew what was going on behind the scenes with Ariane. He didn't give a fuck. He was taking money to Ariane. All of that. It was all of a setup, a build up to where they are now. And everything exploded between Melanie and Martell, and she finally decided to walk away from Martell. I believe, in my opinion, that the Scott brothers, mostly Tisha and Marsau, started putting their plans together to be the top dogs on this show, to be the top dogs on this show. When Nell and Chris Fletcher came onto this show, that was a stumbling block to them because why? They are real bosses. What we see on my screen right now are perpetrators, right? Perpetrators pretending to be something they're not. Yes, you have businesses, but they're not successful. Nell and Chris is old money. So when they saw them come on the show, they immediately started to attack them. Tisha immediately said, I don't like Nell. Why? You didn't even know her like that. You've never been around her. Why did you not like her? Because she's something that you aspire to be. I know I ain't lying. Tisha sent her mama to attack Nell over a situation that was this big, that she could have handled herself. It frustrated her when the Fletchers came onto the show because they said, no, we're supposed to be here. And then when the whispers started coming out that the Fletchers should get their own spinoff, when the rumors were already that the Scotts were working on a spinoff for themselves, but the rumor was out that the Fletcher should get a spinoff, and then for Carlos King to repeat that on Messy Monday to say the Fletcher should have their own spinoff, but never ever co-signed that for the Scotts. They turned it up on the Fletchers. They magnified Chris Fletcher losing his license. People lose their license all the time. But you wasn't expecting Chris Fletcher to flip it on your ass, Marsau, and say, but ain't y'all currently in another lawsuit? Oh, you don't want to talk about that then. You got the stuttering. You got the stuttering when Chris flipped it on you. Because what you can't do and what you can't say about the Fletchers is that they're not in a very good space financially. Even though he lost his license, they have other businesses that are thriving. They say she has one of the top daycares in Huntsville, right? That's old money. Her mama owned that business. So that's old money. That's money passed down. Chris also owns a cleaning business that I hear is doing very well. So even though he can't do real estate right now, there are other ways that he is still able to make money and still be successful and still be seen as the top dog on this show. The reason why Tisha and Marsau is trying to build this damn house that they know they can't afford because they're looking at other people who are living the way they want to live. Look at the Fletcher's house. That's all money. Let's not forget Chris Fletcher is also a retired military veteran. That's old money. You can't fuck with old money. You can't fuck with old money. Everything that they have, that Tisha and Marsau have, is by way of someone else handing it down. Scott was held it down from Melody and Martell. The same people you said you will not thank anymore. And coincidentally, that was done right before the show started, so that you guys could have a what? Storyline. You wouldn't have had a storyline had Melody and Martell not built a business from the ground up and sold it to you for a very low price, according to Melody, so that y'all could look good on TV. And you still look like fools. You still look like fools trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the Joneses struggling. Oh, let's finish, because I got to go.
Life was more balanced.
Working half a day today so I could talk my shit.
When I was a stay-at-home mom.
And so you don't get to be a stay-at-home mom boss.
Kimmy, what is it Tisha getting?
To be fair, I'm here for whatever she wants, but I too don't always know which one it wants to be. I do believe in her spirit as a sister. She was happier at home with her kids. Trying to be this boss person, I think, stresses her.
Being a stay-at-home mom, sometimes you can lose yourself and everything is just about the kids. And I love being a mom.
You're a great mom.
I always just felt like I don't want to lose me.
Women say that.
Tisha, with all due respect, I need to hold your hands again, baby. You lost yourself when you said I do to this person sitting beside you. He don't respect you. He don't honor you. He don't honor your vows. He don't give a fuck about how you feel. That's just 4 right there, right? We can keep going. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Let me acknowledge that right quick. I know y'all ready for me to keep going, honey. All right. Shout out to you, Miss Sunshine Ray said, get them ready, said that we enjoying this live. Drag them. I mean, you know, I like to tell the truth. Y'all know that. All right. I know a few people gonna be mad about that, but we don't give a fuck. Y'all know how we roll over here. Let's get back to the mess. Okay. Ultimately, you've already lost yourself. Okay. You've already lost yourself. I feel like, again, Tisha, and I'm going to keep saying this, you are more so enjoying the years that you've been with Marsau and you ignoring the tears. You are enjoying the years, 18, almost 20 years of being together, but you ignoring the tears. You said, well, at least we've been together for almost 20 years, but you're miserable. But you're miserable. When God created Adam and Eve, he created a helpmeet. That's the whole point of having a spouse, as a helpmeet. That person is there to help you. No one should be carrying the load by themselves. No one. If your husband does not see you as a helpmeet, you came from his rib. The motherfucker's trying to eat the rib. He's not trying to honor you. Marsau does not respect you. He will never respect you because you don't demand it. You all, anytime he get in that mode to where when you try to talk about what you want, You gotta do this. Okay. Whatever you say, I'm not happy about it. And he see you not happy, tears in your eyes, and he don't give a fuck. Because the marriage is all about him. Marsau is building a life, allegedly, behind the scenes, so that when he finally walk out that door for the last time, he's okay. And you're going to be left with loans, with debts, with liens, and the only thing you're going to have to look back on are those children. That's it. And the heartache and pain that he left behind. Y'all could go to counseling. Y'all could do all of that. The marriage was built on a shaky foundation. And it's okay to marry a person and do the honorable thing when you knock somebody up. But let's be understood, there has to be more to it than that. Okay? A lot of people get married for many different reasons, for business reasons, for whatever the case may be. If you know, that's some old school shit. When you get married, you know, when they say, oh, you got her pregnant, oh, you have to marry this person. That's what it gives. And I stand on the fact that I've never seen him be, I've never seen intimate moments with them on television. Even with Mel and Martell, even when in the midst of them fighting, we saw like the love. You could still see the love between them, right? Even though Martell was a fucking bastard on the show. Shout out to Bridget J says, get him real. Let's acknowledge you right quick. We can still see that between Mel and Martell, even though they was going through hell, right? Says, get him real. Tisha speaks like she used to be there. Stop. Good night. Said, I can't stand to hear her talk. I didn't say it, okay? We about done, y'all. We about done. Let's keep
That kind of stuff. Like, guys give up our most precious asset, our time, for others. My biggest frustration this whole time is when you're like, I'm frustrated. And now I can see if you're saying I'm frustrated, I'm laying on the couch. But you're saying I'm frustrated. Wow.
Wow. Oh my God. Not once have I seen Marsau console Tisha. Even when they were sitting by the campfire on the episode before the reunion, when they went on the cash trip, and Tisha was vocal like, well, Martha, what do you want me to do? This is when he asked, how much to buy you out? And she said, what are you asking me? What are you saying? You absolutely know what the fuck he was saying. Okay, he's looking for a way out. But Tisha not gonna give him that. Okay, she's not gonna let Marsau go easy. I don't know why she's holding on to this boy. I'm heavy on the boy, because that's what he gives. All right. But in my interpretation of what I see here is a woman who is broken, is a woman who feels alone in a marriage, is a woman. Okay, because she's a woman. Unfortunately, we have to say woman, child. She's alone in this marriage. And that's a sad place to be in. I think she said in that same episode is that Marsau kept saying that I'm alone. I feel alone in this. I feel alone in this. And Tisha said, when you start talking like that, that makes me feel like you're going to step out and start cheating. You mean finish cheating? Not start, baby. You can't start something you can't, you already started, according to what we've seen, allegedly. But my thing is this, Tisha, and this is my advice to you. Okay, this is my advice to you. If I were you, I would start stacking. You are the majority owner of these businesses. Okay, I would start stacking my chips. I would be like Santa Claus. I would be making a list and checking it twice. Don't even focus on Marsau. Marsau was so far gone, ain't no saving that shit. Okay, you asked Melody already. What can you do? How did she do what she did? Which lets me know that you already have entertained leaving in your mind. I don't think Tisha knows how to leave after this amount of time of being with Marsau, because one, she has an image to uphold. Two, she said so many times on the show that there's no issues in their marriage, when clearly we can see it. Anytime you guys are having any type of conversation, somebody asks you a question, the first thing you do is cry. Why are you crying when you're so happy? Why the tears if you're so happy, right? These are not happy tears. Even Marsau had tears. The two of you guys are miserable, but you won't leave each other alone because you have an image to uphold. And that can be a dangerous situation. Stress have taken so many people off the face of this earth. How do you sleep at night when you have that many bills and that many responsibilities and you're unhappy, and the person that you're laying beside is just laying there because I ain't gonna say don't have another place to go, but because they've fallen into a routine of just coming home. At what point do you break away from this situation? The children are getting older and they're seeing mom and dad are just going through the motions. Tisha, you're raising daughters to grow up and be in a place with a man that they don't love and to put up with what they're putting up with. Your children are seeing the way Marsau talk to you, when coincidentally he don't talk to them that way. So that lets you know that he know how to talk to and address a woman. He just ain't doing it with you because he don't have that respect for you. Pay very close attention to how Marsau addresses his daughters. He has the utmost respect and love and adoration for them. He can barely look at his daughter when he talked to her. He loves her so much. His oldest daughter and the baby. Well, the youngest daughter, because she ain't a baby no more. Okay. But when it comes to Tisha, it's a more stern, it's a more parental, it's a more fatherly, where he's reprimand. His voice, his tone is more of a reprimand than more of a coddle like he does with his daughters. Okay, and I don't understand it. And that's in every conversation. Anytime, and he always acts like he's irritated with Tisha. Anytime she says something to him or brings something, he's irritated. I've never seen Marsau hug Tisha. I've never seen him be kissy-facey, like all up on her, grab her from behind and kiss her on the face and say, I love you. I ain't never seen him pop on the ass. These little things that men do when they're trying to show love and affection to someone. Right? And even if you are so busy working, men are so busy, bosses are so busy working every day, all day, but they still make time for their family. They still do little things. Even with the going out of town, family vacations, Tisha said, just me and the kids, we pack up and go on vacation. Where's Marsau? Where's the family dynamic? Marsau go on his vacation, Tisha and the kids go on their vacation. Everything seems to be so divided. So you're already living as a house that's divided. So it's just a matter of putting one foot in front of the other. And I don't like to tell people to walk away from their marriage, but if you're not happy and you guys are not trying to fix this situation, I mean, maybe you're so far in debt you can't leave. I don't know. Do I feel like she have love for him? I do. Do I feel like you're in love? I don't. Because when you're in love with a person, it shows. I think these two guys on my screen right now, Marsau and Maurice, I don't think they know how to love women because their father wasn't around to show them. They were raised by their mother, who was also broken because she was being cheated on by the very same person who was supposed to be there and love them and raise them. He was in prison for committing crimes. They grew up in a household where they had to be men in the household watching PORN magazines. Okay? This is what these women married. And Kimmy coddles Maurice as well. They're not going to change because this is who they are. I feel like Tisha and Kimmy feel like at some point in time that they can change these men. They're not going to change. So either you're going to be comfortable being in the toxicity or you're going to get the fuck out of there and be who you want to be. I'd be damned if I go to school and get 3 degrees and I do nothing. I'm sorry. But we got to get out of here, guys. Love you guys down. Okay. Love you guys down. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for the super stickers. Thank y'all for supporting the video. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for hyping up this video. Mods, thank you so much for doing an awesome job of modding and keeping the channels, because we do have 2 now. Thank you guys for the backup channel, our Rails World, as well as our main channel of keeping the trolling down, because I knew they were going to be here, baby, whenever we put the thumbnail up. 450 watching me. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all the content creators. You guys know I love y'all down as well. Thank y'all for being here. You could have been doing your own content, but you stopped by here to support me. I appreciate you. My Caramelians, love you guys down. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for hitting the like button, as well as in the bushes, as well as in the chat. Love you guys down until the next video. Let's get out of here. All right, let's get y'all a good one. What do I want to play? Because we got some good music over here. All right, let's get down. All right.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on their fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and
and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lid.